Welcome, everyone, to the wildly opinionated news hour on Todd's World. I'm Todd.
Woo.
Carrie is with me.
Hello.
We do this every week. If you don't
Thank
join
goodness.
us every week, you should.
Definitely.
There's a little place where you could probably subscribe. I don't know if it's on, depends whether you're on YouTube. I think on Apple, you can like it and you can give us a 5-star review if you want.
Yep.
Which I'm just going to tell you right now, you haven't listened to the show yet, but this is probably a 7.5-star show that you're about to experience. So
Seven and a half out of 5.
give her all you can, Scotty. And we do Beers with Jesus on Wednesdays. We do Wildly Opinionated News Hour on Tuesdays. So that covers our religion and politics, everything you're not supposed to talk about with your
Right.
family at Thanksgiving, which we're after Thanksgiving. We are recording this on the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Black Saturday.
Is it?
I don't know.
That sounded racist. I'm wearing my first Christmas shirt.
Look at you.
So excited.
I'm
That's
not
right.
in the Christmas spirit yet. Although I did,
It's coming.
while we were making food on Thanksgiving, we had Christmas carols going.
Oh,
So
nice.
we're on our way.
Okay. It's
So,
coming. You've
yeah.
got snow.
We got snow coming. Holy cow. We're getting ready right now. We got snow on Thanksgiving. I went to my sister's and back on Thanksgiving. It's like 2 miles. That counts to me
Yep.
as traveling. It's like
Yep.
over the river and through the woods.
When it snows, that's kind of true.
But holy cow, I left a little early because my kids went to their other side of the mom's,
Mhm.
and then they came over to my sister's maybe around 6. We did a later dinner. We didn't do dinner till like 5. So
Okay.
because
That's what we did.
some of my nieces and nephews, they have their significant others and they want to go see them. So they end up going early to see the other families, and then we have the later dinner.
Yeah.
And everybody
Everyone
just kind of
gathers there.
hangs. Yeah.
Like it.
And then falls asleep. We did play a few little games and things, so it wasn't too
Oh,
bad.
fun.
But
That's
anyway,
so nice.
I brought Nikki and Allie home early. So like I brought them home like maybe 7:30. They were ready to come home. I
Okay.
went back because my kids had gotten there. Kate and Lauren had gotten there a little later. So I went back.
Mhm.
But that trip,
Yeah.
that 2-mile trip when I took Nikki and Allie was like, it was just in the middle of a snow squall. You couldn't see anything.
Oh, dang.
Like
And
by the
just a
time
couple
I came
miles
back,
is
like
long.
15 minutes later, it was
Yeah.
way better. And
Okay.
then later that night, the
Yeah.
roads were horrible, but I could at least see. But when I first
Okay.
took them, the roads weren't necessarily all that bad. I just couldn't see. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
But we
Oh
only
my
got
gosh.
2-3 inches that night. Today, we got a storm coming into Michigan, and we are on the line right between like I think it's 4 to 9 inches and 9 to 13. Like you can't really tell where we break in there.
Oh,
So
okay. Potentially a
let's hope
lot.
for less. You can when you
Yeah, you
live
want
here,
less?
it's fine. You get you
Yeah.
You realize
You know
there's
what though?
plenty of snow. We
It's
can get
fine.
more later.
You've got a day off tomorrow is we record on Saturday, so tomorrow's Sunday for us and it'll be
And we'll
nice and
record beers tomorrow.
fierce. But I'm just gonna say nice, you just hang out at home and you don't
True.
have to go anywhere, right?
That's true. I don't have to go
Go get
anywhere.
supplies today.
Yeah. Well, we do.
Go in.
We hit the dispensaries and the liquor stores and fastest for supplies at Todd's World.
Oh boy. I'm gonna come and
We're ready to go.
hang over there for the snowstorm,
You know what
ride it
else is
out.
going on today? We're recording right now in an hour and a half. The game.
The big game.
The Ohio State Buckeyes versus our Michigan Wolverines.
Woo, go blue.
Yeah. And Michigan has no business being on the field with Ohio State, but that's frequently true. And
I know.
somehow they win. So who knows how it's
Ohio's
going to go?
okay. Am I mistaken? Has Michigan won the last 2 years? Or did
4
they
at
win?
least.
What?
I don't think
Okay.
Ryan Day, who's the coach of Ohio State, has ever beat Michigan. Trying to remember if he has. If he has, it's once maybe, but
Mm,
not much.
okay.
What'll happen is Ohio State will come in number
Yep.
1 ranked, undefeated. Michigan has 2 losses, and somehow Michigan will win. Ohio State will go on to the college football playoff and probably win a national championship. But all that Buckeyes fans can ever think about is the fact that Ryan Day lost to Michigan that year.
Oh my gosh. I know,
So
right?
it's just fabulous. It's fabulous that tradition at least is carrying on in college football. So
It's
We'll
pretty
see. When you guys
crazy.
listen, it'll all be decided. We'll know. Maybe Ohio State this time. It's in Ann Arbor, but maybe they'll
Yep.
run Michigan right off the field before the snow hits. I really don't know. They should. They have the talent to. Michigan is just a real young team. Michigan's got a lot of freshmen,
Right. I mean,
and
I know
so
that they were strong last few years because of just well, they had some incredible players who are now in the NFL. So I
well,
know
and
they're
their
young
quarterback
and
is a true freshman. I mean, they're just young.
now he's good,
He's good,
but he's young.
but he's
But
young.
he's
Yeah.
young. And there's only so much. I mean, there's some like some of it is requires experience. I was trying here we go. Last 10 years.
What's it look like?
Okay. So over the last 10 years, Michigan versus Ohio State, Michigan has won 7, Ohio State has won 3.
Okay.
Michigan
So maybe
has
Ryan Day
won
has
the
won a couple.
last 4 games.
Yeah.
21, 22, 23, 24. Dang, I thought it was 2.
No.
Woo!
No, it's one of those things where like Michigan lives rent free in the Ohio State fan.
Oh, they really
The Ohio
do.
State coaches, players, all of them, like in their heads.
Yeah, it's kind of weird actually. I have a good friend. She and her husband are Michigan fans.
Okay.
Their son goes to Ohio State.
Mm.
It's just where he went, and they're fine with it. But
It's a
when
good
they've
school, of
gone
course.
yeah,
Good
when
Big
they've
Ten
gone
school.
for parents' weekends and things, they said I can't remember what it is, but there's something like these M's all over campus. I mean, they're obsessed
They're
about it all
obsessed.
year. Yeah, she said it's really weird. I'm like, "Yikes." I mean, I get excited when the game's coming up, and then I'm all like,
Right.
"Oh, go down, hate the Buckeyes," but I don't, spend my time despising them
Well, I'm not a
year
huge
round.
the other thing is Michigan has probably one of the best college basketball teams in the country right now.
Oh, yeah, you're a basketball guy.
Both football and basketball, but they have been
Yeah.
just, I mean, unbelievable. Like they beat Gonzaga is ranked 12th in the nation. Michigan at the time last week was ranked 7th.
Okay.
They beat Gonzaga by 50 points.
Oh my
50
gosh.
points.
Wow.
Like,
It's big.
I mean, and Michigan State's great this year too. I'm more of a
I was
state
gonna say
fan,
Michigan
especially when it comes to
State's usually
basketball.
good
And,
basketball too.
whatever when it comes to football. You can't be a Michigan State fan of football. I think they're winless in the Big Ten. They're
Oh,
horrible. They're
they
horrible.
they didn't used to be. It's just
Well, they've been
it's a
horrible a
season.
lot.
It's like a generation of
They're
not
like
so good.
they're like kind of the reverse where all their like if they can just beat Michigan,
Mhm.
their fans are like that was a successful season. Doesn't matter what happens. But they were not doing that this year. They're horrible. So they need a new coach. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
like to see him bring Brian Kelly in, which that's probably not he's taken a lot of heat from getting fired from LSU and taking a lot of bad
oh,
press, but he was originally a Grand Valley guy, so right down the road from me, and they won a bunch of
okay.
national titles, and then he went to Central Michigan, and I just think maybe a project school up here would be good. And Michigan State's absolutely a project school
There you go.
when it comes to basketball or
I didn't
football, I mean,
realize
not
didn't
basketball.
realize he got let go from LSU. The SEC is, like, firing coaches everywhere. Florida, they fired
In
their
the new
coach in the middle of
NIL
the
world,
season.
they don't have any time for anything. If you don't win right away, you're done because they spend
Yeah.
20,000,000 a year, 25,000,000 a year now on the players.
So annoying. I hate
So
it.
just changing things. Now, it
I
hasn't
hate it.
improved parity. I think there's maybe been some better games. There might be a little bit more flux at the top end of things, but
Okay.
we'll see.
It's very generous of you.
It's different. Well,
Looking
it's
for the
different.
silver
I mean, I
lining.
do think that the players deserve to it does bug me that these schools
Yeah.
rake in hundreds of millions of dollars on the backs of student athletes, and the student athletes don't get to take part in any of that. You'll pay a player $10 million a year, but what? Give a player a crappy scholarship to your stupid DEI classes, a degree that isn't worth a damn.
Oh, boy.
Thanks.
I don't think they should get paid. They're getting a scholarship, they're getting their college education, and if they're good, they're also getting a foot in the door into the NFL. So, I feel like that's plenty.
So few people go to the NFL though.
I know, but, like, these guys that they're paying are the ones who are gonna go in the
But
NFL.
it would be like if the
They're gonna
NFL
make
had a bunch of players and they paid all their players $100,000 a year while the owners make billions. It's not, it's just, I understand that it bothers you and some of us fans because of the nostalgia, but that's just not the world that we live in anymore. That's
I
not.
mean, I wanna continue loving capitalism, and I just have a hard time with it when they do bogus shit like
But see, that is capitalism. The NIL is like raw capitalism. I mean, it's
yeah, but
just you
I
got
just
the
don't think it's
transfer
the right
portal,
place.
and
I don't think it's the right place for it.
it's just the Wild West.
They're supposed to be there getting an education, playing a sport for entertainment.
That's
I
probably
just
hasn't been the case for 30 years, Carrie.
I
It's just what
guess.
you
I know.
wanted to be the case.
I know, I'm saying, I admit it. Let's move on. I just can't get over that stuff.
It's like people who think back to they have in their mind. This is a good segue. I'm telling you guys ahead of time how great of a segue this is. So rank right now, hit 5 stars on Apple if you haven't yet, because this is how good this segue is.
If you can't hit 7.5, hit 5.
It's like people who have in their head that back in the day,
Mhm.
back in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s,
Gosh,
like
yes.
America was this beacon of hope, and immigration just fueled all of our growth and all of our wealth. And bring us your huddled masses, like bring us your poor Somalians, because if we can put them on our welfare system, that's what makes America great. But we were fed this for a long time,
Yeah.
and so now we are having the Overton window has shifted when it comes to immigration in America.
Mhm.
And you probably have seen that's a lot of what's out there right now. Trump has, we talked about where I felt like he was flailing a little bit a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Economy, housing, all this stuff. But when he goes full throated onto immigration,
Mhm.
like, and when that's
Yeah.
just, and there's going to be so much economic benefit from that. I don't think people understand that.
Right.
But Trump came out. Did you see his Thanksgiving Day well, like a tweet message? I don't know what you'd call it. I mean, it's over probably truth, that he sends it out, but it was
Yeah.
kind of a long message. Did
I'm
you
not
see it or
sure because
didn't you see it?
I read a few things. What was it about?
I'm looking for it right
Oh,
now. Hold
okay.
on.
That was an,
I only have
amazingly
45.
skillful segue, by the way.
Lock them up, guys. Go to todsworld.net right now. We're reworking. The gear is all amazing. I'm happy with the gear. We've got a bunch of redesigned gear. It's great.
Cool.
In fact, I'm gonna I haven't done it yet, but you know what, guys? Just for you, I'll put a holiday code up. It'll be like, I don't
Oh,
know. We'll put the
nice.
discount code right up there. It'll be like 10% off or something. It'll be like Xmas. I don't know what. Some code. And you'll get a deal. So go get
Black Saturday. Call it Black Saturday.
we've got some great that would be good. We've got great hoodies,
Yeah.
t-shirts, Todd's World, the Wildly Opinionated News Hour stuff, Beers with Jesus, which I think is great. I took the Beers with Jesus original symbol and I like made a little smaller on the sweatshirt. So it's not
Mhm.
like a billboard. I like that a little
Cool.
better. So anyway, there's great stuff out there. The only thing I haven't done yet that I hope to do this weekend is to get
Yeah.
all my books up on toddsworld.net. You'll
Okay.
still buy them from Amazon, but it will have hopefully
A
all the
link right
info there
there?
about them. I'd like to put some links up to some of the original episodes if people want to kind of get a sample of them. And then you can buy the books in from Amazon.
Alright,
So
I'm looking at your merch. I really love this.
I told you, Carrie, that I've
I
been
know.
slaving away
This looks so
like an
great.
SEC coach about to be fired,
Without the millions.
trying to get these boys to respond. These
Without the
poor little
millions.
students.
The
They're
devotion.
just
Oh,
working
shoot.
on their algebra.
Wait, who's working on their algebra?
These poor student athletes driving their Maseratis. Okay, this is the post from Trump. It's kind of a long post, but I'm going to read it for people
Okay.
because it's so long. I don't know if people read it, but it's worth reading.
This looks very nice.
Thank you.
I
Toddsworld.net is where you're finding stuff, guys.
I love the wildly opinionated NewsHour long sleeve tee.
Do you? I like that too. I want to
I
order one and
love
get one.
that. Maybe
See that?
Maybe
Thinking
I'll
of you,
order one of
Carrie.
these. Thank you. Okay.
You hardly wear hoodies down there in God's
I
country
know.
under the
I'm
heat.
all set. I'm all set with hoodies, but long sleeve tees are kinda nice once in a while, especially this time
Up
of
in
year. Okay.
Michigan, we wear hoodies like 8 months a year.
Yeah.
That's our
I've been
go-to.
wearing one for 2 days, but it's not on today. Go ahead.
Here is President Donald J. Trump.
Okay.
A very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world, for being politically correct and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration.
Wow.
The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million people per the census, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. They and their children are supported through massive payments from patriotic American citizens who, because of their beautiful hearts, do not want to openly complain or cause trouble in any way, shape, or form. They put up with what has happened to our country, but it's eating them alive to do so. A
Wow.
migrant earning $30,000 with a green card will get roughly $50,000 in yearly benefits for their family. That's an undocumented immigrant. The real migrant population is much higher. This refugee burden is the leading cause of social dysfunction in America, something that did not exist after World War II. This is in parentheses: failed schools, high crime, urban decay, overcrowded hospitals, housing shortages, and large deficits. As an example, hundreds of thousands of refugees from Somalia are completely taking over the once great state of Minnesota with Tim Balls. Oh, wait, that was me adding it, and I don't need to because don't worry, Trump gets them. Trump does just fine on his own.
Okay.
um, Somalian gangs are roving the streets looking for prey as our wonderful people stay locked in their apartments and houses, hoping against hope they will be left alone. The seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, this is our president's
He
words.
he wrote seriously
Yeah.
retarded? Gosh, Trump, what?
The seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Balls, does nothing either through fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst congressman woman in our country, Ilhan Omar, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab,
Hijab. Hijab.
hijab,
Oh,
who
oh my
probably
gosh.
came into the USA illegally and that you are not allowed to marry your brother, does nothing but hatefully complain about our country, its constitution, and how badly she is treated. When her place of origin is a decadent, backward, crime ridden nation, which is essentially not even a country for lack of government, military, police, schools, etc. Even as we have progressed technologically, immigration policy has eroded these gains in living conditions for many. I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover, terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by Sleepy Joe's auto pen, and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving our country. End all federal benefits and subsidies to non citizens of our country. That's huge. Denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility and deport any foreign national who is a public charge, security risk, or non compatible with Western civilization.
There you go.
These goals will be pursued with the aim of achieving a major reduction in illegal and disruptive populations, including those admitted through an unauthorized and illegal auto pen approval process. Now we're right at the end, guys. Only reverse migration, that's in all caps, can fully cure this situation. Other than that, all caps again, happy Thanksgiving to all, except those who hate, steal, murder, and destroy everything America stands for. You won't be here for long.
Wow.
That was Trump's fireside tweet. And he,
It's Thanksgiving fireside tweet.
yeah, what do you think, Carrie? Whew, that's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. Good job.
Like I just read
I
Acts 18.
Again, join us tomorrow for Beers with Jesus. Beers with Jesus. Listen, oh my gosh, I love those incapable of loving our country, those
Mhm.
incompatible with America. It's like 100%. Because you know
Yes.
what? I'm sorry, like I've told you before, I'm fine with people coming here who want to be here because they love what America stands for and they're gonna participate, you know, in life here and enjoy the opportunities, but based on hard work. I'm sorry, these people I think a long time ago when you said the huddled masses came and, all that, that that was a different time, and I think at some point it shifted, obviously, and people were like, "Hey, we can go we can get there, we can get in, and we can take them down," and that's what's been happening, and those
Well, to
those
be
people
fair,
have no business being here.
back then we were taking a lot of Europeans.
Mhm,
I mean, European Jews, Europeans from
mhm,
around the wars and stuff,
yep,
um, and we're just fundamentally more compatible with Western European culture. I mean,
mhm,
we just are. So you get
right,
European Jews coming over,
mm,
that are being dealt with by Hitler or whatever, and those
yeah,
kinds of refugees back in the day, you're
mhm,
dealing with the people that they're just fundamentally a lot more like us than
mhm,
when you go to the Somalis and the Muslims and you know what I mean, third world countries and everything.
right,
They're
and,
just dragging us down.
we
They
talk
didn't
about
come here
religious
for the
freedom.
benefits back then.
Right, right, they came for, for freedom.
Well, not for government benefits. They came for the benefits of America.
Yes,
They looked at it
yes,
and they were like, "You know what? If we come." And listen, there was problems even then. We dealt with organized crime because of a lot of, Italian immigrants. There was just things that we dealt with
sure,
that whatever, we had to deal with.
mhm,
They became part of the American so it wasn't still a perfect system.
mhm,
But when you flip it and you turn it into a magnet to attract people, not people that wanna come here and be stonemasons building cathedrals or whatever, you know what I mean? Not
mhm,
not those kinds of people. What we're
mhm,
attracting now is the leeches of society,
yeah,
and
yep.
that's the Democrats' base, the leeches.
Yeah, isn't that awful?
It's
It's
true.
awful. I mean, their whole I was gonna say, we talk about
Pastor Darrell just spit out his coffee
religious freedom.
listening, but it's true.
Sorry, Daryl. No, we talk about freedom of religion, but you like that compatibility, the foundation of your religion can't be to destroy everyone who doesn't believe what you believe, and
Right.
I think it's okay to say that.
And to not assimilate. That's a big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Did you
yeah, I
see
mean, you can
you saw that the national 2 National Guardsmen, or guardswomen, I think one of them was a woman, and
one
one
was
was
a
a
woman,
man,
yeah, I haven't heard about the other, but yeah, what
both, I think,
happened?
were attacked, and I think both died, as far as I understand it,
Okay. By an Afghan.
by this Afghan refugee is what
Okay.
somebody that when the CIA was working with all these people over during the Afghan war, and then they wanted to bring people over when it became just the absolute shit show that Biden turned it the remember Us
Right.
Departing, and there's, like,
Yes.
choppers
Oh,
pulling people off of
yeah.
yeah,
The
right,
hasty withdrawal, that was a disaster.
right.
Yes.
Well, this guy came in with that. He was part of the Afghan death squads that didn't really answer to either American or Afghans. They
Oh,
just went
boy.
around and whatever, but he was fully vetted. Okay, fully vetted people. That's what that looks like.
By the
Anyway,
AutoPen? By
he
Sleepy Joe's
attacked
AutoPen.
he attacks it. Yeah, it was. It was Sleepy Joe's auto pen that brought him in.
Yeah.
And he attacked these 2, National Guardsmen who were posted in DC somewhere,
Yeah, I was trying to that's what I was trying to
yelling
figure out
"Allahu
where they're
Akbar" or something, and he shoots
yeah.
him point blank. And then one of the guardsmen who attacked him only had, like, a pocket knife. I'm confused about that detail because I don't understand why the
Mhm.
guardsmen didn't have guns. And somebody said, "Well, you can't have
Right?
guns in DC." And I thought, "This seems crazy to me. That can't
Yeah, that does
possibly be
seem
right."
crazy.
So
Um,
I'm not positive on that one other than I
okay.
do know the guy had a pocket knife and he attacked him with a pocket knife. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
beyond that, I don't really know.
Okay. But I
So,
think he's dead, isn't he? The Afghan the
no,
Oh.
he was captured alive, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
He
okay.
was they were
Alright.
willing I think anyway, I hadn't heard that he died.
Okay.
So Trump's
Yeah.
that brought this immigration thing back to another head. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then this is Stephen Miller talking about basically what Trump announced. Stephen Miller is Trump's chief of staff. You know who he is, the bald guy.
Yes.
Super hardcore, like
Yeah, yeah,
hardcore MAGA. He's a good guy. He's
yeah.
one of the good ones.
And the Biden administration, the Democrats have inflicted on this nation the worst national security threat in our history. We've never faced a threat like this. 20 million people brought into our country from the most failed societies on earth. Afghanistan, Somalia, Libya, Iraq, brought here. No vetting, no conditions, no rules. Brought here on visas, brought here as refugees, brought here as asylees, brought here as illegals, brought here in every way imaginable, by plane, train, bus, automobile, by land, by sea. For 4 straight years, they deluged this country. And now more blood is being spilled as a result. What you heard tonight from President Trump, the breaking news here tonight, is saying that his government is going to accelerate efforts to review every person added to this country over the last 20 years, or the last 4 years, all 20 million. Now, obviously, if you're illegal, you're out automatically. But everybody else who was brought here, refugee, asylum status, whatever status, as he said, if you're not someone who loves this country, if you're not adding benefit to this country, then we're going to send you out of this country because it's enough already. No one else has to die. No one else has to be murdered. No one else has to be shot. No more empty seats are needed at the Thanksgiving table or the Christmas table because of what Democrats have done to this country. So tonight we heard from a commander-in-chief a historic announcement, a brave announcement, exactly what America needed to hear, Kellyanne.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with all
You're
of
on
that.
board?
I'm on board. Listen, I just got this notification I'm gonna share since it's relevant.
Yeah.
The National Guard shooter,
Okay.
Ramanullah, I don't know what his name is. His wife and 5 kids were moved straight into Walton Place Apartments, subsidized housing, partnered with the Bellingham Housing Authority. The wait list for American families there is 6 months to 3 years.
But he moved right in.
Moved right in.
Sure.
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah. Afghan migrants given priority over American elderly, disabled, single moms, veterans, blah, blah, blah.
Of course.
So,
of course.
It makes 0 sense. And I don't care what a, compassionate heart you have. If your compassion only extends to those hurting, like the people of this country, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Do you believe that we've been just sold a bill of goods by our leaders for 30 years on immigration? Really, maybe 40. I mean, Reagan signed in amnesty. So, do you think that all of the globalist crap about immigration and just how we just need unlimited immigration to this country? We need H-1B visas. We need all these people. We got NAFTA. We got to ship everything to Mexico or Canada or whatever.
Right.
Do you feel like we've just been lied to for that long and that Americans' eyes are finally opening up to the mess that was made?
I think I think the really damaging mess is more recent than that.
Well, it is.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Reagan, amnesty thing, I'm not sure. I was pretty young and not following the details, like what his motivation was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was just an olive
Shockingly,
branch.
Reagan signed California's death warrant. He basically turned California blue. I don't know why but that was a fail on Reagan's part. But they're not all wins.
Exactly.
And
So
all
we
wins
don't
with
know.
anybody.
Right.
So
We don't know what that was about. However, at that time, allowing immigrants to stay here and whatever, I think those people weren't the ones who are here now. Something has happened in the last, 25 years.
At some
Maybe a
point, the
little bit.
Democrats realized that they could bring all these people in,
Yeah.
pay them all kinds of money to be here,
Mhm.
and that they would destabilize the country. First of all, they would have voters for life,
Yep.
or people that they could just fill out ballots for.
Right. Yeah, we can help you fill these out.
But they're
If
going
you
to have
can't read
voters for
this.
life because they're going to keep
Yeah.
funding them to be here, and they're going to bring crime, all of the stuff from third world countries that makes third world country. The reason third world countries are what they are is because of their people. Okay? Can we just call a spade a spade? The
Yeah.
reason that countries are what they are is because of their people.
Well, and I'm sorry, you know what? Yes, but also corrupt, leadership, like, we've talked about that. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
corrupt leadership that just destroys, like, the
And for
whole.
a generation, you could say
Yeah,
that a citizenry could be beaten down, but if you
yeah,
see if you see countries that over the course of 500 years can't find a way to self-govern themselves,
yeah.
there's a
Mhm.
problem with the people.
Yeah,
Can we just
sure.
say that? I mean, I'm not saying it's
Well,
because of
right,
their
it's all
race
they
or because
know.
of their color.
I
I'm
know,
only
it's
saying
just
the culture.
the culture.
There's something screwed up
Yeah,
there.
it's the only thing they know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's awful,
Here's
but
Trump talking about the
okay.
illegals.
Mm.
This was after his
It's
post.
I
pretty
was gonna
funny.
say, is
Well, I
this
think it's funny, at least. All the illegals, they still think we're stuck with them. No, no, no. You're about to be stuck in here with us. Clock is ticking. Could be a soft tick, could be a loud one. Hard to say. A word of advice, though, I'd scream if I were you. Skedaddle. Vamoose, leave while you still can. Alligator Alcatraz is just the beginning. Next up is Shark Shawshank. Sharks, very dangerous, not the most reasonable of beasts. Some of you have seen the Discovery Channel and know what I'm talking about.
He
Shark Week,
does
very exciting. We'll live stream escape attempts, justice and economic stimulus in one. Rikers with grizzly bears is an option as well. We could use a snappier name, but the concept is strong to very strong in a big way, quite frankly.
Did you catch what he said there? This
It's
yeah, this
justice and economic Shark Week, very exciting.
we're gonna
We'll live stream escape attempts, justice and economic stimulus in one.
oh my
Rikers
gosh.
we'll live stream escape attempts, justice and economic stimulus in one.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Live stream. So what
gonna
are
be like
these
the Hunger Games for illegals.
what is it? Right. Oh gosh, that's kind of disturbing. Wait a minute.
I don't know.
What
That's our president, maybe.
what is it when he talks about alligator Alcatraz? Is he talking about, like,
That's
detaining
that
them?
place down in Florida that DeSantis just built. That's like kind of a temporary prison in the Everglades, but it's surrounded by alligators. So
Okay, but it's temporary for whom?
temporary for arrested illegals until they're deported out. Or
Okay, thank you. Got
it might be the
it.
criminal element. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't. But that's I think his point. And
But
so
the point
his
is
we're
yeah,
gonna have
hold them for a
Shark
little bit and then
Shawshank. We're gonna have Riker
tongue
surrounded by
twister.
grizzlies. We could use a better name, but
We'll come up with a
we're
snappier
gonna
name.
live stream escape attempts. This is just I don't think people you just can't fully comprehend. I don't think any of us can. We can't
Yeah.
transport ourselves back to our 2008 selves
Yeah.
to understand how amazing this time is that we're living through. I and when I say I never ever thought this would happen. Trump's amazing. He drives you crazy at times,
Yep.
and his administration, the people he hires, will absolutely drive you crazy. But I don't know between Cash Patel and Pam Bondi if there's like who knows.
If
But
he I'm
Trump is
telling you.
just this is Trump at his best. Trump at his strongest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he sounds, full of his normal spit and vinegar right
He
now.
really is.
It's wild.
And
But
and
I love him really going hard on the immigration. I love that.
I agree.
Immigration, and I keep seeing stuff, I don't know if it's accurate, because I can't tell where it's coming from, but I keep seeing people say that he's talking about eliminating the income tax.
Yeah, I think he wants to.
I mean, I don't know what if that's ever gonna happen.
I don't either. It'd be shocking.
Right?
All this is shocking. I mean,
It
really, what's
is,
going
right?
on? Kinda. Here's more Trump. This is
But scram, skedaddle, and vamoose.
vamoose.
I like that.
He's like,
Scram,
they think that
skedaddle,
we're stuck
vamoose.
with them. They're wrong. They're stuck in here with us, and you might want to get out. Like
I
that's
love that.
hardcore.
Bye.
Here's
Again.
more Trump. This is
Bye.
a reporter who asked him, I think, about why these people are here or something.
Why do you blame the Biden administration?
Why do
because
you
they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person?
So what he said is the reporter, you can't quite hear it, says, why do you blame the Biden administration? That was the
Yeah.
question.
Why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came into on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked. There were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them, so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place. If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go. We were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision, and we would have left for Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its very close relationship to China and where they make their missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, they made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent. Yeah.
They were incompetent. Because you're a stupid person.
Stupid person. He said it twice.
You didn't
I
want
wonder how
him to
that
miss
person
it.
felt. Like, what?
And then Secretary Scott Bessent says at POTUS, Donald Trump's direction, we are working to cut off federal benefits to illegal aliens and preserve them for U.S. citizens. U.S. Treasury announced it will issue proposed regulations clarifying that the refunded portions of certain individual income tax benefits are no longer available to illegal and other non-qualified aliens, covering the earned income tax credit, the additional child tax credit, the American Opportunity Tax Credit, and the Savers Match Credit. So they're going to stop they're going to stop the magnet, essentially, the magnet of government benefits. And once they turn those off, that you will probably find people self-deporting. You're going to find apartments opening up. You're going to find homes opening up.
Well, do you think so? Why would they leave? Why wouldn't, why would
Because
they?
they're scared of of what could happen if they stay. Plus, they won't. You won't have the money. You know what I mean? They won't be able to afford to stay. Because nobody's gonna. And where are you gonna go? You're illegal. You're gonna go to the government when they're looking for you anyway. You know, so it's gonna fuel the whole thing. Works together. All these things. The other thing that Treasury's doing, that Bessent's doing, and this might be the biggest thing of all. They're ending, or they're going to use the Patriot Act, which was passed after 9/11, to go after cash remittances back to home countries. Anything over $2,000. What that means is that technically, the way the law is written, you can be considered a terrorist if your income is derived from illegal means. If you're here illegally, any income you make is illegal, and you send it. And what they do is they send it back to their home countries. That's the whole game here. Is that we not only get to provide for 20 Somalians living in a house together, packed in like sardines in Minnesota here, they get to send half of their income back to Somalia. So we get taxpayer money going back there too. And so they're just going to cut off all of it. And that in and of itself will be huge. That will be seismic if they pursue it, and they do it like they're claiming that they will.
And Scott Bessent said they were looking into that?
No, they said they're going to do it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I didn't have anything in a clip that was
That's fine.
quick enough. You know what I mean? So, but you can tell, if you just want to know how the left is petrified. I told you I had a bunch of CNN or different clips. You can hear the fear in their voice over this. We're going to play a few clips here of CNN.
This is really the worst case scenario for every Afghan immigrant in this country. You know, from covering immigrants and other marginalized communities, that often when these episodes happen, folks kind of hold their breath, praying that it isn't someone who holds their identity, right? Because often there is this reflex to demonize entire communities. And so if you've never had that experience of sort of holding your breath, that's something to think about. But I just got off the phone with Molly Gray. She is the executive director of the Vermont Afghan Alliance. And actually, she tells me that Vermont is home to the largest population of Afghans in the nation per capita. And so she does work with these communities. They are frightened. Some of them are not leaving their homes out of fear of retribution. But also, many of them are deeply integrated migrated into the small towns across the state at this point.
Oh, come on.
And she says from a real practical perspective, the state is very reliant on Afghans and the immigrant workforce because of the shrinking workforce and very small tax base in the state. And so often we get an emotional response to these horrible tragedies. But I think once cooler heads ultimately, hopefully prevail, there are real practical implications about how to move.
Yeah. So we have to be careful about deporting Afghans because Vermont is relying on them.
So there's I'm just amused that there's a Vermont-Afghan alliance,
I
first of
guess.
all.
Who knew?
And if they're
A very
concerned about
pastoral state.
if they're concerned about the taxes, are they not also concerned that their taxes are funding the life, the households of illegals there?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Just
Here's more.
asking. It's a fair question.
This is I don't know if this might be PMSNBC. They changed their name. They're no
MSNBC?
longer MSNBC. They're now MS Now.
MS Now. Okay.
Everything
All
is
right.
different.
Okay. They're trying to
They're
rebrand.
very afraid.
You now have Trump and his allies calling for the denaturalization of some U.S. citizens who weren't born in the United States. Is it even possible to do that en banc? And if not, are there legal loopholes that Trump's DOJ may try to exploit in order to force that idea?
Well, what she's talking about is that the Supreme Court this last week or the week before, I'm trying to remember, they heard arguments on birthright citizenship, which Trump wants to end birthright citizenship. So in other words, if you're an illegal immigrant couple, or your mom, let's say,
Yeah.
you're an Afghan, 8 months pregnant mom, and you come to America.
Yeah.
You go up to Vermont to see Bernie Sanders and to have a little maple syrup, watch the cows.
Yeah.
And you squat and you plop out your Muslim baby on Vermont soil. That baby, according to the way that birthright citizenship has been interpreted, at least the last 50 or 60 years, that Muslim baby line covered in Vermont dirt is an American citizen.
Yeah.
And Trump's saying, no, that's not. And I agree with Trump. I don't believe that.
I haven't heard this debated. So
they go back to, I can't remember which amendment, but it had to do with slaves, was what they were trying to address. They were trying to address the children of slaves.
Okay.
And that made sense. But in the narrow interpretation they were using it in post-Civil War, it made sense that, of course, if you were a slave and you were brought here, and your kids are born here, that you should be an American citizen. That made sense, right?
Yeah.
But that's entirely different than what's happening now.
Okay.
These are the so-called anchor babies.
Right. Yeah.
And the Supreme Court will rule. We'll find out. They'll probably
I have
rule
mixed feelings on this one.
I don't think it makes any sense at all. I can't imagine a world in which Thomas Jefferson thought, yeah, that's an American citizen. I just can't imagine it. It doesn't, I don't know.
It's just one of those laws that I've accepted. And right now my brain is trying to reconcile between those who are here and they love America and,
the dreamers.
Because I know some,
Right.
I know some here. And then obviously people who are here to undermine our values and procreate like crazy to try to overpopulate. That's something different. So,
yeah. So that was what that clip was about. This is CNN in mass panic.
He's going to re-examine green cards for 19 countries. As you can see on your screen there, the 19 countries from African countries, Middle East, some in South America. Evan, how is he going to be able to implement this? Because they're talking about a loyalty test as well. Is this a real thing that they're going to actually try to implement all of this?
Why would someone think you need to be loyal to the United States to be an American citizen?
Is that asking too much?
Isn't it part of like the naturalization pledge that you take?
And get rid of people who are,
I would think.
Green cards, you're here legally. This is legally issued by the government. You are legally allowed to be here. Can they actually do this?
Well, they'll certainly try. And look, we've seen them do this before where they come up with an emergency power that the president says he has, and then dare the courts to try to stop it. And so what we expect, obviously, with this is that they're going to run into the same trouble that they ran into with the Muslim ban.
The brown, foreign-looking host on CNN are really hoping that the courts come through for them. Just to point out.
Okay. So let me just clarify. Are they examining, are they, if someone has come here, become an American citizen, they're not being reevaluated.
No, it's if
Okay.
you're here on a work visa or a student visa.
Yeah.
Because at any time, even though you're here technically legally, at any time those visas can be revoked. I mean, that's the nature of them.
They have expirations and such.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they can be anyway.
And
like Trump can just decide, screw them. No, you're all illegal now.
Okay.
And we're going to send you back.
Right.
I mean, he could do that. I'm not saying he will do that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that he could do that.
Right.
The president has called to end the temporary protected status of Somalians living in the state of Minnesota.
Blatant marriage fraud, visa overstays, people claiming to work at businesses that can't be found, forged documents,
there you go.
Abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visa.
When someone's temporary protective status is lifted, they are now illegal alien. Whether it's Minneapolis, could be Philadelphia, could be anywhere. We're going to go ahead and remove those elements out of our country because at that point, especially the game here under false pretenses, that's what ICE does as a law enforcement mission. We have to ensure that we remove those people from our communities.
So what I think is that everybody wants everybody's first thought is, oh, what about the Indian students studying medical? I don't think I think that there's so much fraud and so much illegality rife throughout the system that those people who are actually trying to do it right, I don't think probably in the end they'll have much to worry about.
Right.
Because there's so much low-hanging fruit of those who aren't. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Like he just said, you've got fraudulent documents. You've got people claiming to work somewhere that doesn't exist. It's like, bye. Like they shouldn't even be given much of an opportunity to explain past that. It's like, just send them home.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is how you know that it's starting that it's starting to work. This is on PBS. They're big mad about Trump.
It's so central to understand about Donald Trump, and I think his psychological makeup, which is that he seems to draw energy from hatred, from generating hatred toward other people. And
he's an actual human black hole.
Unleash the dark passions and the dark emotions. We've never seen anything like it.
He's Darth Vader in the flesh.
In all of American history. And the way the capacity that he has to amplify that is extraordinary. And the one other thing I would add to it is he does know what he's doing in this sense. His base responds to this.
He's the devil.
This is a base that has been morally deformed. And that was at the beginning of the Trump administration.
That's you, Carrie.
But 10 years of this has turned it into an even
I have some thoughts on this
manifestation.
It's a worse manifestation than it even started out as.
Wow. Trump amplifying and releasing the dark passions, and that he's all like, I'm sorry, the hatred and all that. Do you know what I see in my mind when he's saying all these things is all of the Trump haters.
Yeah.
He's describing everyone who's consumed by hatred for Trump. Trump is not like that.
No.
I mean, he's a character, but he's fighting to save our country and like protect the people. What do you think?
I think they're insane.
His whole voice. I made this
like
face.
This is Trump derangement system personified.
Yeah.
This is if you could 3D print Trump derangement system or
syndrome.
That's who this cat is. This old white pointy headed liberal who's probably been in academia his entire life, sitting there being like,
so like.
He's really Darth Vader. Like all those cartoons you saw growing up. He's worse than all of them.
Oh my gosh.
Like the new Netflix thing is going to be Monster, the Trump story.
DJT. Wow.
Trump's hauling in his dead mom.
Oh my God. So crazy. Wow.
I dug up Ivana. This is a little bit more of the same. This is Lawrence O'Donnell. This is again when you know now this is PMSNBC rebranded as MS Now.
MS Now. PMS Now.
Changes everything.
And who's this
is Lawrence O'Donnell.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember him. He's one of their hosts. White guy, old white guy.
I don't watch it.
This is when you know Trump's at his most effective, is when you get things like this.
He is in sharp mental and physical decline. And we now have a number for it.
We have a number.
39%. That is the measure of Donald Trump's physical decline since his first time in the White House. 39%.
39%.
In an article published tonight by the New York Times, Katie Rogers and Dylan Friedman report
I know
under
that
the
guy.
headline, Shorter Days, Signs of Fatigue, Trump faces realities of aging in office. The Times has documented the newly abbreviated schedule for the struggling 79-year-old man. Quote,
Decline.
So is he, I don't know which is which. Is he the devil incarnate, but yet he's still struggling to get through meetings during the day? I'm just not sure.
2017, the first year of his first term, Mr. Trump's scheduled events started at 10:31 a.m. on average. By contrast, Mr. Trump in his second term has started scheduled events in the afternoon on average at 12:08
That's it.
p.m.
Oh my gosh.
His events
An hour and a half
on
later.
average at around the same time as they did during the first year of his term,
and he's
shortly
been
after 5 p.m.
asking people to go call
the
him
number of
Mini
Mr.
Me.
Trump's total official appearances has decreased
Dr. Evil.
by 39%.
I'm sorry, the percentage.
39.
Donald Trump. That's what we're getting.
That's it.
Donald Trump was the laziest president we had ever seen in his first term. He is now 39% lazier.
Wow.
And he is now apparently struggling with a 5-hour workday.
It's hard to
and
believe.
Of course, none of us have seen him do anything that in any way meets the definition of work during those 5 hours. The Times reports Mr. Trump appeared to doze off during an event in the Oval Office.
He sounds real dangerous.
So we are now covering the physical decline and fall of Donald Trump. Last night, I mentioned Donald Trump's age a couple of times when I pointed out that you can see the 79-year-old man who gets very little sleep, bewildered about how he is losing his grip on the Republican Party. And there are people who are in full-blown dementia in their early 60s. We all age differently, and Donald Trump is aging just fine for someone who should be watching TV all day and playing golf occasionally, but he's aging terribly for a president. But Donald Trump at his best age would have been the stupidest president and most incompetent president in history and the most corrupt. A younger Donald Trump is not a better Donald Trump.
This guy.
That's
wow.
That's how you know they're losing. That's all you need to know.
That's on MS now. You know, you could just swap out Biden's name and all of that.
Where were those reports when they were wheeling an actual corpse around the White House?
When he was walking
into
the bushes.
Walk up the stairs, and they had to get a special shorter stairway run for Air Force One.
Mm-hmm.
When Hunter's cooking up crack in the White House. Biden has no idea what's going on. But at the same time, he's actively building the Death Star on the White House lawn. Like, it's insane, these people. Which is it? Is he feeble, incompetent, old, stupid,
lazy?
Why are you worried? Why are you worried about him?
Mm-hmm.
He's not using the auto pen. I mean, or is he
demoing
ultimate evil?
Maybe the ballroom is actually the construction of the Death Star.
Exactly. I think that's what they think.
Lawrence O'Donnell. I know that guy. That's hilarious. He's not looking so good himself.
You're watching the aging of a journalist.
We are getting 39% less of Lawrence O'Donnell.
Thank God. Dial it down even more, Lawrence. Take a vacation.
Oh.
Go to one of those third world hellholes that you think are so great that we need to pull all our people from.
So crazy.
So we've said this before. We aborted 60 million Americans to import 60 million Americans. How'd that work out? Great. Great.
It makes me feel so icky.
Welcome to America.
I have a question for you about Mitch McConnell.
Uh-oh, he's still alive?
You know.
I didn't know.
Air quotes. I'm doing air quotes.
I haven't seen a video of him talking in forever. Like
he's an animated. Well, I just learned. I know the guy. It's so sad. Like, why is he? I can't believe he's
the aging of United States senators. He's 174.
Remember we talked about the farm bill back from whenever, like the old farm bill. It was his bill.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like a Mitch bill. Filled with lots of pork, I'm sure.
But it's the reason that, these dispensaries are legal, like in places where marijuana isn't legal recreationally, maybe. But so here, for example,
I have no idea.
The farm bill is the reason that you can go to a liquor store here in Florida and buy like the drinks with THC in them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So anyway, apparently I just learned that
I'll give Mitch some props for that then.
Well, but listen to this. He regrets it.
He regrets it.
He held that hostage for this the reopening of after the shutdown, and said that he would allow the restarting of the reopening of the government if that were revoked. And so apparently January 1st, the farm bill is no good anymore.
And I'm going to have to look into this. I don't know anything about it.
Please look into this. And I don't know if it impacts Michigan. I don't know how it's going to impact everyone.
Better not impact me.
Well, I was going to say, I'm glad you just went and stocked up. You might have to go again. Where were you? What town was it?
Wayland. Jars in Wayland, yeah.
Might have to go to Wayland again.
There's a few jars around.
Yeah.
They do a good job.
Anyway, isn't that crazy?
We will not be without our marijuana in Michigan. I can promise you that. There will be a revolt.
I feel like there'd be a revolt here, and it's not even legal recreationally.
We'd take some extra Somalians if we have to keep our home. They have to harvest it. Americans won't do it.
What would we do without them? Oh gosh. Anyway,
so here's something else that happened. Let me find it happened in Ukraine.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give you any clips on it. I am only going to give you a quick little thing to keep an eye on, which is, that Trump had presented Ukraine. We talked about this last week with a new peace plan, of which they have to cede some territory to Putin and whatever. And Putin's standing strong on that. And Zelensky's right-hand man, chief of staff, can't remember his name. I just had it up here.
Chief of staff?
Yeah.
The lady?
No, it's
Suzanne
not.
something?
It's not a lady.
Oh.
This is a dude.
Oh.
And I can't find it. Where'd it go? It's one of those names I can probably not pronounce anyway. But anyway, he was there's been an anti-corruption probe in Ukraine, and Zelensky's chief of staff's home and offices were raided. This is the guy who's been
you're talking about
this just happened.
His chief of staff. Okay, sorry.
Zelensky's chief of staff was raided on corruption charges.
Okay.
In fact, the idea is that this was not by the Ukrainian government so much as this was Washington, like throwing a hand down on the table and saying, like striking a blow, saying this war is over.
And
interesting.
There's kind of interesting.
Andriy Yermak is often seen as Ukraine's second most powerful man. And anyway, he was raided, and there's talk about where's Zelensky going to go. See, the people who really don't want this war to end is because they don't want any kind of scrutiny on anything. There's no telling how many hundreds of millions, possibly billions of dollars flowed through there. That's the reason that the European companies don't want the war to end, because they got nothing else. At that point, what their people turn on them and say, oh, why did we blow up a pipeline? Why are our energy costs so high? Why did we outsource all our, why did we bring in all these immigrants to destroy our countries? They have to deal with these real things. Whereas now Putin's the devil, right?
Right.
And they can just keep saying, we got to be careful of Putin. He's going to attack us all.
Yeah.
So if peace were to break out, that ruins their entire story. And then all of a sudden Europe has to deal with the fact that they're broke. They're not even European anymore. Their countries are falling. Western civilization is falling in Europe. How does any of this turn around without civil war? Well, it probably doesn't, is the truth. But that raid, that anti-corruption raid, I think will end up being a big deal. I think in the following weeks, you're going to see. My guess is that the jets are fueling now for Zelensky to fly off to whatever villa they're going to let him go to and keep his money.
You think so?
Yes, that's what I think. I think
that
just,
and who will
it
step
won't
in?
be long.
Andre,
somebody will step in and no, he'll be arrested. They're going to be.
I was going to say, Zelensky will get to go to a villa with millions.
Somebody
Andre's
that Trump
going to be
picks
in jail
to hand over what he wants and to end the war. That's what it's going to be.
Okay.
And probably to shut down all the biolabs and everything else if they haven't already.
Oh, man, I hope so.
So that is something just to keep an eye on out there. We are the Wildly Opinionated News Hour after all. And the other thing that just happened is that Trump, this is today, as of Saturday morning, Trump closed Venezuelan airspace.
Oh.
He said all airlines, all everybody, the airspace over Venezuela is hereby closed. What does that mean? My guess is Trump is getting ready to do something in Venezuela.
Okay.
I don't know. Would you call it a war? I don't know if you call it a war if you just take over a country.
Don't we have
blood and treachery?
Don't we have like missionaries in Venezuela or something?
Yeah. We have got, and there's
probably
people,
a Peace Corps there.
There's people in Venezuela that Trump has been in contact with that would be considered part of the resistance to Maduro. So, I mean, there's coordination taking place with those elements in Venezuela. So it won't be. My guess would be, I don't know, knowing Trump, I think this is what's happened. And if people can just lock this paradigm in their head, it'll help them a lot.
Yeah.
But I think this is what's going on. We have a $38 trillion debt. Okay. No country's ever done that before. We don't know how that works. We don't know how to unwind it. What we know for sure is that there's zero appetite in the American populace and the American public for anything resembling the kind of belt tightening measures that would be necessary to deal with this debt. It's simply not there. It's not there on either side of the aisle. Nobody's voting for it. Nobody wants it.
Right.
We just don't want to do it. Our only other option to deal with that kind of a problem, the looming problem, is to expand the empire. That's your only other option. This is historically, doesn't matter if you're Rome, doesn't matter if you're Greece, doesn't matter if you're the Persians. This is how it works.
Okay.
We're going to expand. Trump has decided the golden era of America is going to be an expanded American empire. And he's focusing on South America. He's focusing on Mexico. I'm telling you, an expand empire. I don't mean that they're all going to be part of America. They may be colonies. They may be protectorates of America that we end up getting sweetheart deals on natural resources. There could be a lot of things, but that's how you deal with the $38 trillion deficit or debt when you have a country that won't deal with it any other way.
Okay.
Those are kind of your only options.
Interesting.
So keep a sharp eye out on that, but I think you will see that throughout Trump's, and we'll comment on it. But I think when people look at Venezuela and they think, I thought he didn't want to start any wars. I don't think you're going to see much. If we go into Venezuela, it'll be like, remember Desert Storm? It wasn't much of a war.
I was going to say, I don't really know about it. Okay.
Remember, it was in the 90s. See,
yeah, I mean, I remember.
I remember in Greenville being along M57 when the National Guard was called out by H.W. Bush to go to, I don't know where, Iraq or Kuwait or wherever it was. And we like lined the road and everybody, it was like a parade as the National Guard's leaving town. And, but it was like a week-long war. Remember General Norman Schwarzkopf?
Stormin' Norman, I remember that. Yeah.
And it was like we live streamed pictures of shooting whatever, and then it was over. It was like nothing.
That was it.
I expect that's how it'd be in Venezuela if Trump turns and the cartels. It's going to be an entire kind of shift. I think you're going to see Trump's in the military in general shift to more of a Monroe Doctrine, which is the Western Hemisphere is ours, and I think that they perceive there to be entirely too much Chinese influence, Russian influence in South America and in Central America. and Trump intends to stop that. So it's America's hemisphere is what I think he thinks. And he's damn well gonna build the American empire. So I think that's what you're gonna see. So that's just interesting.
That is interesting.
I have a clip that I have been trying to decide if I should play.
Okay, let's do it.
We're not gonna start with it.
Okay.
Until you hear it. You're gonna be like, what? I played it for Nikki. I do think it's Piers Morgan and Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw it out here, but that's not what this is. This first we're gonna do Jeff Daniels talking about Trump. You know who Jeff Daniels is?
Yep. Actor, musician.
Actor. He was on Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey.
Super lib.
Good actor. He's from Michigan, actually, from Central Michigan. Right. Chelsea, I think is where he he has a theater there and a restaurant and some things. And anyway, I knew I knew somebody who knew his son and had been to his house and stuff. And so Jeff Daniels down there. He's not a Trump fan, as we will hear.
I can imagine.
But let's hear what he has to say. He's real worried about some memes that Trump has forwarded. There was a meme, if you remember, where he's flying over. I don't know. This was 3 or 4 weeks ago. And he's flying over in a jet, and it's like excrement falling all over people underneath. You remember that? Like the Democrats.
No, I did not
remember
see that.
It was with the sombreros. It was the whole thing.
No, I didn't see it. Okay.
Before the government reopening, but this is what he's talking about.
By the way, do we really have to treat people like that?
He's so reasonable.
That he had where he was flying with the crown and the, spewing excrement all over the people down below.
How can the guy who was in Dumb and Dumber have no sense of humor? That's what I think when I watch this. I think, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Did you have a brain-eating worm from the baby's blood that you've ingested? What is going on?
Country, America.
Yeah, he tried it. Would Lincoln have done that?
Would Lincoln?
I don't think Lincoln didn't have the tech.
Nixon wouldn't have done it. Reagan wouldn't have done it. Bush wouldn't have done it. Either Bush. It just, I think people in the Midwest where I am still have this, we value our decency and our civility and
our pot.
We don't get taken with whatever goes on the coach. We got a chip on our shoulder about that. And I think it matters. It may not matter right away when you're voting, but down the road, if he doesn't deliver on the economy like he promised he would, then that stuff will start to add up and they'll get tired of it and they'll vote for change, which is what they always do.
Well, that's true. I have to interrupt the clip and give him credit for the fact that if Trump doesn't, he's right, that if Trump doesn't deliver, the parts of Trump's personality that I happen to love, that appeared to a decent Midwesterner like Jeff Daniels to be a little problematic.
Right. Well, no, did Trump post a meme of him dropping crap on people?
He I don't reposted it.
Okay.
I can't remember. You'd have to see the thing. I can't remember what it was.
I mean, that sounds gross. I'm gonna say just it sounds gross, but obviously
you're a decent Midwesterner.
I am a decent Midwesterner.
We're always changing. I was thinking about, when I was growing up and I started listening to Led Zeppelin and my dad was going, what the hell is that? I mean, it changes. Every generation changes things. And we're in a place now where they want to change it back to whatever that was. And
what is he talking about?
I don't think people are as afraid of change. And we'll find out at midterms, but I don't think they're afraid of change. I think they wanted things to get solved, economically, but I think when it comes to decency and civility and respect for the rule of law, which governs all of us, whether we're left or right, will matter again.
I mean, there was some sentience you could pick up in parts of that, but as a whole, I'm not really sure what's changing or what's not changing.
I feel like that all would make a lot of sense if you're really high listening to him talking. If you're in Wayland, you probably understand what he's saying. I mean, I understand what he's saying. Things change, times change. He doesn't think Trump is decent. I'm looking this up. So it had to do with not that this is the point of it, but.
Would Nixon have done that? Well, they didn't have smartphones, so probably not.
So, okay, here's the gist. It was during the No Kings protest.
Oh, that's what it was. You're right.
Trump apparently Trump posted an AI video of him wearing a crown in a fighter jet dropping poop on protesters, which is gross, but it's like, come on.
It's just
like,
hilarious.
It's just stupid, but
all he does is troll them. He just trolls these people.
He's really trolling.
Do you know what I mean? And they get this Trump derangement syndrome anyway, and then he just trolls them.
Yeah.
And you just end up with.
It's almost like Trump takes delight sometimes, not all the time. I do think he's working to argue with what's his face earlier. Like he's spending a lot of his time working on important things, but I think he takes delight.
He doesn't even get up until noon. Somehow he fits all his Death Star work into like 5 hours.
But I think he enjoys lowering himself to what the TDS people like say about him. You know what I mean? So they're like, no kings, and they're calling him this and that, and he's like, oh, okay, let's do this.
Put me being a king.
Right. And I think that's sort of what he does. I think he kind of delights in, kind of like, Vance, JD Vance. People were making this meme of him with his face being really huge.
Yeah.
And he was laughing about it.
He was that guy for Halloween, wasn't he? The meme or something?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
I don't remember what it was called. I don't remember the meme thing. But
but his face was humongous, his like little features in the middle, but his face is like a stop sign. And he just laughed about it, made the most of it. And I think that's like, it's kind of the same thing.
Who would have thunk?
Sort of.
19, whenever Dumb and Dumber came out, 92, 93, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that Jeff Daniels would be the one in 2025 who has zero sense of humor?
Yeah,
and Donald Trump would be the funniest bitch we've ever met, ever. Who would have known? Like
that's
as
hilarious.
president and as vice president Vance. I mean, it's just.
Yep.
The world has turned.
That was not the clip that you were debating? You're debating one with.
I'm going to give it to you. Don't forget you asked for it. All right, kids, cover your ears.
Is it Trump with a crown pooping on protesters? Okay.
This is Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
And Piers Morgan. So Tucker, I think, went on Piers Morgan's. Piers Morgan is the big
British
guy in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah. News guy.
Journalism guy. Yeah.
And real quick for context, Piers Morgan is kind of Trump neutral, maybe slightly left of center on Trump?
Yeah, he's not as bad as a lot of people are on Trump, I would say. That's my impression.
Okay.
He's probably in the British media, he's considered more center-right, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. I was going to say.
Because they're pretty left over there. But he can kind of come off like a reasonable person. So I feel like.
Okay, thank you.
You know what I mean?
He seems reasonable.
He's not wildly unreasonable.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't hate Trump. He doesn't love Trump.
So Tucker is he's going to recount a story of, I think it's of a girl who was being attacked by her husband. This happened, I believe, in England.
Oh, okay, got it.
And so the story that he's going to recount happened in England with this girl, and then she tweeted, and then you're going to hear what ensues. So don't blame me.
Is this disturbing or is it funny?
I think it's
funny.
funny.
Shoot. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Are there certain words in the world that bother people? This has a word in it repeated often that would bother a lot of people.
But gotcha.
I actually think that Tucker's approach in the end is really, it really works.
Okay.
But it's wildly offensive in the process.
Okay. You all have been warned.
Here we go.
You all been warned. Okay.
Elizabeth Kinney from Tranmere. Have you heard about this?
Go on.
She's a mother of 4. I think she's a nurse, and she gets beaten up by her boyfriend. He beats her up. She goes to the hospital. And she texts someone, a buddy of hers, a friend of hers, a girlfriend of hers, and describes the man who beat her up and sent her to the hospital as a, quote, faggot. He's a faggot.
Oh.
And she's arrested and convicted of a hate crime. The guy who beat her up is not arrested or convicted. And then she goes through this whole kabuki, which is now required, where she prostrates herself before the judge. I'm sorry, it was not a homophobic rant. By the way, you're allowed to be homophobic if you want in a free country. You can have any view you want. But no, because she used the word faggot, She's arrested, and the guy who punched her in the face was not. That story tells you everything.
Well, I don't know that story. If it's exactly
Daily Mail, baby.
Okay.
Pictures of her and everything.
Not doubting it. I'm just saying I need to look into it. But if that is how you've told it, obviously it's ridiculous.
Would you say the word faggot on camera?
No.
Why?
Because
you don't want to get arrested, do you?
Doesn't want to be arrested.
Because it's so harmful to people?
No.
Is that like gay bashing? What's wrong with that?
No, actually, my whole issue with the whole trans debate, for example, is you don't need to slide into actually saying derogatory stuff about trans people to make the point that women's rights should be protected. You don't need to.
Well, I agree.
So what? I don't believe.
No, but it's a magic word.
I don't believe in needlessly sneering.
Well, I'm not smearing anybody. I just think.
But what would you use that word?
Faggot?
Yeah.
I just did.
Yeah, but would you use
it? Faggot.
Okay, but why?
And I'm using it because you're not allowed to, because you're.
I'm allowed to.
Go ahead.
I don't want to.
Say, I love gay people. Faggot.
I'm allowed to. I just choose not to.
This chick just got arrested for it and convicted.
Right.
So that doesn't have a chilling effect on your ability to.
There are people watching this who will be offended by the use of the word.
I'm sure they
chick.
will. I'm not anti-gay. I never have been. I can use any freaking word I want.
By the use of the word chick.
But chick.
You've experienced that.
Okay, whatever.
Dare you be so sexist comparing women to chicks?
How about this? Let my life, the way that I actually live and treat people, be the testament to my heart. That's how I feel.
Period.
Okay, Carrie, what do you think?
Period. I mean, okay, the word, it's a slur these days. I didn't know you could get arrested for it.
Well, this is England he's talking about.
In England, I know. I didn't know you could get arrested for it in England. I am appalled, as I'm sure every reasonable person should be appalled that she was arrested and that the man who assaulted her is not. I think it goes without saying. I'm incredulous about it.
Faggot.
And I'm sorry, the word, it's a slur, but it's like, I'm sorry, like you getting arrested for that?
What?
I like what he said though at the end. I like how he handled it.
Do you see what I mean? Where he took in a really offensive way and he made a really strong point, which is we care far more about these words that we've set up to mean certain things and how bad they are than people actually doing bad things. None of these words have any of this inherent power that we try to grant them.
Right.
He's like, I can use the word faggot and I love gay people, which makes sense to me. But you know, when we grew up in the 80s and 90s, we would use the term fag or faggot with our friends, but not because it never even, I didn't know for the longest time it had anything to do with homosexual. I just didn't know. I just thought it was like, you're stupid. Like, you're a fag, quit being a fag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I grew up. I didn't know it was later on into my late teens or whatever that I realized that, people actually use that. I had no idea.
So I want to take this a step further because you're correct. Tucker's correct that these words don't have as much power as, as someone's trying to claim. They do I believe words do have power, 100%.
Well, sure.
But should it be a legal issue? No, you can't legislate kindness. I don't call someone a faggot because that's unkind.
You got to start disciplining your kids, Carrie.
Not because it's against the law. Like that's insane. So I'm just going to say there's decency, there's whatever, but you got to let words have power. So, be kind, but you can't legislate that.
Right.
I think
that's what,
especially at the expense of legislating violence. It makes no sense.
Yeah. And that's what's going on.
Yeah. Let me create one more scenario. If someone attacks a homosexual in England and they're beating the crap out of them because they're gay and they're screaming faggot at them.
The beating the crap out of them is bad enough. We don't need extra charges for what they called them.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
That should not be the crime. That's
the problem
just
is
that's
assault,
just mean.
Assaulting someone.
The assault is the crime. The word is just mean.
Right. Well, to give you an idea, this isn't a clip, but this is a guy in Alex Jones posted this. Says the UK has now become what George Orwell predicted in 1984.
Oh gosh.
There was a man in they have a link to the story here. It's IT consultant. His name is Richelieu Booth. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, a man was arrested by police in Britain after he posted a picture online of himself posing with a gun in the U.S. So he came to the U.S. on vacation, on holiday.
Yep.
He's out in the country somewhere, poses
bearing arms
with a shotgun. It's like a 20 gauge. Yeah. I don't know, something. Who knows?
He's
like you'd shoot sporting clay. He's got the ears on. It looks like he might be shooting sporting clays or something. You know what I mean? Pheasant shoot, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He posted the picture online.
Yeah.
And then when he got home, he was arrested by the police. He was then jailed overnight in a cell and bailed. Quote, I was told to be careful what I say online, and I need to understand how it makes people feel.
Wow.
The communist Gestapo seized his computers and phone, so he has been unable to even work. They then eventually dropped the charges. The process is the punishment. There's truth in that.
That's insane.
But that's what we're dealing with. Liberalism run amok. That's where it goes. You know what I mean? This is
it's wild.
It's real wild. Here's more of Tucker and how late are we getting? I'm trying to decide where to go here. I can't remember.
So there's a quote. I'm sorry, I want to share a quote with you
ahead.
from 1984 while you look. It says, "We are not interested in those stupid crimes that you have committed. The party is not interested in the overt act. The thought is all we care about."
This is the ridiculousness of hate crimes, thought police, all of it.
Yep.
We don't need any of it.
Mm-hmm.
People either commit crimes or they don't. That's all.
Yeah.
What they're thinking and musing about while they commit that crime has zero to do with it.
Right.
If you take a gay person and you drag them behind your pickup truck and then you tie them up to a barbed wire fence and you kill them, or if you took a heterosexual girl and did the same thing to her, they're both equally bad. You don't need any hate crimes involved in it. It's all a hate crime when you kill somebody.
Yeah.
When you assault somebody.
I agree.
It's right there. Just punish them.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree with that.
It doesn't matter what they were thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been driven crazy by the idea of hate crimes.
Yeah, I'm okay with the thought being part of the degree. For instance, like if you premeditated versus whatever, I understand that, but it's still a crime.
As opposed to a crime of passion.
Right.
Something that you planned out.
Right. But if the reason is, I mean, you could have a completely irrational reason for a criminal could have a completely irrational reason for killing someone. It doesn't change the crime.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't change the damage done. Okay.
Yep.
I've got another Tucker thing, but we're not going to go back to there. We got the best of Tucker and Pierce, I think.
Yep. That was good. Oh, was there more? That was good.
Well, there's one where he goes off on how London isn't like white anymore, and it's not like England is just, immigration, but that's not that important. We know all that. Okay. So the two things I have two things I wanted to hit at the end of the show that aren't maybe quite as political driven. This one, I guess, still could be. This was I think the people who came out with that new documentary on the Age of Disclosure, which is hitting like Amazon Prime or whatever. I think you got to buy it, but it's a new alien UAP documentary that has a bunch of stuff in, and is talking about. So this is Jay Stratton and Dan Ferris spoke with Sean Hannity on his show on Fox about one of the most important questions in the UAP issue, which is where these objects may be coming from and whether they're hostile. So the UAP thing is out there. It's still simmering out there. Somehow I think we dodged a bullet from the one thing that they thought was not a meteor.
Okay, and I'm sorry, UAP is unidentified
aerial phenomenon.
Okay.
It used to be UFO. Unidentified flying object, but now it's aerial
sorry if
phenomenon.
That's a dumb question. I needed clarification. An Age of Disclosure
That's the new documentary.
But the term that they chose to name this refers to like it's like people are demanding some transparency, like they want
more and more transparency is coming out, and it's becoming accepted even among our leaders that this is real.
Okay, got
is
it.
the idea. And so disclosure would be we're living in an age of disclosure to the public at large that we are not alone.
I mean, after watching Independence Day like 20
You knew.
times, I mean, we knew.
No surprise here. So here he is. We'll listen to this.
Sean, is it's not from here.
It's not from here.
You know, I spent 20 years researching this topic, working this topic directly on behalf.
So he's Jay Stratton is the former director of the U.S. government's UAP task force.
Okay.
So he has some cred, is my point.
Half of the American people. And I did everything I could and did confirm that some of the things that they're seeing are obviously, you know, completely terrestrial, whatever word you want to use there, you know, from potential adversary nations, from, you know, defense contractors and companies here, you know, commercial sources. However, there were still cases that we could not attribute to any nation on earth. And that says a lot.
Do you both believe that they're hostile, Dan? Hostile forces, entities, if you will.
I think that's to be determined. We do not know.
We don't know for sure.
We don't know what their intentions are. Look, I interviewed 34 military government intelligence officials, Sean. They couldn't tell us any better than you could what the intention of non-human intelligent life is, right? All we know is that this is a real situation. It exists. There are UAP penetrating our most sensitive airspace. It is a problem. And even if you can't wrap your head around the idea of it being non-human intelligent life, what are the choices you're left with? An adversarial nation like China or Russia has leapfrogged us technologically and is invading our most, you know, classified and protected airspace. That's not great either. So, you know, no matter how you have to look at it to get your head wrapped around it, it's got to become a serious conversation, a serious national conversation, a serious global conversation. And, you know, the film reveals there has been a deeply hidden crash retrieval and reverse engineering program in the United States. China has one, Russia has one. There is, in fact, a high-stakes secret Cold War race. Rubio talks about this race on camera, on the record, in the film, and makes it clear that if we don't get our act together as a nation, we're going to wake up one day. To quote him, he literally says, we will wake up one day and China will have beat us. And we won't know how they got there or when they got there, but we will be screwed.
What do you think, Gary? We need Bill Pullman. I don't know what we're going to do.
I know. Today, we celebrate.
We need Bill Pullman and we have Darth Vader. I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't know. I want to know where Bill Pullman stands politically, because he might be like, welcome them here. We could. I'm shocked a little bit.
You?
I feel kind of dumb right now to learn that we have a UAP task force.
Oh yeah.
Has everyone known before this moment that exists?
Carrie, I've been trying to tell you.
Well, are you being serious?
Yes. Remember?
Oh my God.
I've got another clip here about UAPs. Okay. Remember me telling you that UAPs they are not coming from outer space. Remember that I say they come out of the oceans. We know way less about the oceans than we do about outer space.
Okay, I do remember.
They're not flying around by the satellites.
I do remember you saying that, but I'm sorry. I just kind of laughing at it, and I guess I've tucked that away as, yeah, that was a conversation we had, but it just doesn't feel real and tangible to me.
Well, this is U.S. Representative Tim Burchett. I think he's from Nebraska.
Okay.
And he is a high-ranking general once whispered to him that UAPs are hiding in 5 to 6 deep ocean locations and may have been here for millennia. Oh, I'm just telling you guys, 7.5 stars was low today. You are on the cutting edge of societal evolution with this show. Here they are.
Alien bases right now sitting on the ocean floor on this planet. Is that accurate?
I would say that's pretty accurate.
Can you go into more detail? How long have they been here? Where are they?
Well, I'm extrapolating all this with my East Tennessee vernacular.
Tennessee.
So we've got five or six deep water areas of our oceans. We actually know more about the surface of the moon than we do about these areas. And these are areas where we have a high frequency of UFO or UAP sightings. We've had naval folks have told me pretty high up that they've actually tracked these things. Now we have stuff.
Whoops, that was my fault. Sorry, guys.
Whether it's areas. So yeah, there's something going on there. And whether it's something that's been here for millennial or whatever, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm kind of like Dr. Loeb. I love to study this kind of stuff. It's the scientific material there is again, he's the one that just disclosed some things that were found that were extraterrestrial in our oceans. And he's brave enough, I believe, to come forward with those. So I'm looking forward to some more talks about this. But I think I've kicked the hornet's nest because it was just in a casual conversation with a blogger, and I discussed it. It wasn't in a classified setting, so I could talk about it. But I always remember the last thing this one high-ranking official told me as he left my office. He was right close to me as I am to my phone in my barn right now, and he said,
"Yes, that there are."
He said, they cut off. He said, Tim, I want you to know one thing. They're real. That was, for some reason, that was cut off the clip. I don't know why. So I'm just telling you. I knew.
Why'd they cut that off? That's crazy.
I'm not afraid of them either.
Bottom of the
Todd's
ocean.
world.
Well, I think there's one good reason not to be afraid of them, and that is that they haven't destroyed us yet. If they've been there forever, they would have destroyed us a long time ago, I guess.
Is this a new idea to you? I feel like we've talked about this before.
I feel like I dismissed it. I kind of put it on the shelf. My brain this year is a little compartmentalizing.
You've had a lot going on.
But I think the ocean thing I haven't really considered, and hearing people talk about it, it's kind of like, what? Mm-hmm. And not that I don't give you any credit, but if you were just throwing out an idea, I didn't realize it had any.
Well, a lot of times when they have videos of these things that the Navy will have or whatever, and these things will just drop into the water that.
Wow.
When you see them
disappear
off screen, they have videos of them popping up and then into water.
That's wild.
And a lot of the sightings take place not that far from water. So
okay, so this documentary is on Netflix right now. The Age of Disclosure.
I think it's on Prime, Amazon Prime. At least that's where I've seen it. I think you have to buy it. So I think maybe you. I don't know if you. Yeah, I don't think you can buy it on Netflix. So maybe you could buy it on Apple TV. Maybe you can buy it on other platforms where you have to pay.
But you can't just watch it on other platforms?
No, you got to pay for it, Carrie. They quit giving things away. It's not like Todd's World.
I'm already paying for the platform. That's true. Oh my gosh.
I'm just telling you, there's going to be more and more of this. We are in the age of. I haven't watched the documentary. Maybe I need to watch it so we can report back to you guys.
That's interesting.
But this is happening. This is
our little conspiracy corner
along with
of the show?
along with immigration. The Overton Window has shifted. UAPs, non-human intelligence. The Overton Window has shifted. By the way, I watched. That the final season of Stranger Things, the first volume just dropped on Wednesday night.
Season 5, right?
They dropped 4 episodes.
Okay.
And I've watched all 4 of them.
All 4. I was going to say, you're so hooked on this show.
Not with Kate. Kate watched them the Wednesday night with her friends.
Okay.
All of them. Allie and I watched the first 3 Wednesday night, and I think we got the other one after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And it's fabulous. I love Stranger Things. Speaking of UAPs.
Okay. Nice. We liked it in the beginning, and then we lost it.
I love Stranger Things.
Anyway. Okay.
So anyway, UAPs, this is going to be an ongoing story. The other thing, this is the last thing today, and this isn't humorous, unfortunately. Okay. I don't think. But there's these people that this is like a clip of these people. Their daughter was killed in a school shooting 6 years ago.
Shoot.
And I just you've been dealing with grief this year. Mm-hmm. And I want to play this because this is one example of how some people deal with grief. And I just want to talk about it. But this is our non-political part.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Cindy and Brian Muehlberger their daughter was killed. So we'll see.
Okay.
Steve Hartman's project is now the subject of an upcoming documentary on Netflix. It follows him and Lou Bope as they travel across the country, visiting rooms, including Dominic Blackwell's and Gracie Muehlberger's.
This is what she was going to wear on Friday?
Well, she was either going to wear this outfit or this.
So what they've got is these rooms are exactly like when these kids died, right? They're
Their bedrooms
mausoleums
are
in their
preserved.
house.
Yep.
She had like 2 set out.
Stress.
Did you do this often? Prepare the next day's clothes?
Yeah, Monday through Friday.
When
6
Brian
years
and
ago.
Cindy Muehlberger received Steve's letter in 2024, they were considering moving, but didn't know how they could leave their daughter's room behind. How much of the discussion was about, what do we do with the room?
I would say that was the primary driver of us not moving sooner. I mean, after the shooting, we wanted to get out of town.
But you didn't want to leave that room.
But we didn't want to leave that room. Yeah. You know, it's like, do you take a lot of pictures of it and then try to recreate it somewhere else?
Oh my
we didn't know
God.
what to do with it. And it really wasn't until
Like it's a movie.
this
set.
opportunity to work with Steve on this film that we started feeling a peace about it.
Earlier this year, the Muehlbergers felt ready. They sold their house and packed up Gracie's room.
This was from, I believe, when she was in Girl Scouts.
It's a hat.
Cute.
They
Cute
found
hat.
mementos, artwork, and cards she made they hadn't seen in years.
You are the best dad a girl can have. Love, Gracie Reed. P.S. I love you.
How old was she,
Oh my
Tom?
goodness. All these treasures.
Approximately. Elementary school?
Young teens, I'd say.
For now, they've placed them in a storage
school,
unit
maybe.
while they build a new home and a new life in Georgia.
So they got everything packed up so they can recreate it.
When you found this, did you know how you wanted to kind of
I
incorporate
wonder if
Gracie?
they're going to do that.
Not initially.
In September, they showed us the plot of land where they'll live and an area they're going to create called Gracie's Point. So this is going to be Gracie's Point.
Yeah, this kind of area right here.
They're on a lake.
But when you're out here, you know, all you've got is nature and the water.
And a place, a fire pit, a place where people can come together.
Yeah, come together. She loved doing s'mores and things like that.
It cannot be a more beautiful spot.
Yeah.
So peaceful. Which is what we were looking for.
Okay.
Okay.
What do we think?
What do we think?
6 years later.
Yeah.
Is this okay?
Well,
Is it not okay to ever question grief at all? I don't know. I don't have a workbook.
here's what I was. Well, do you want to share your judgmental thoughts or do you
No.
want-
What do you think?
I think that this is really, really sad. That they have kept, like they've frozen her life there. But I also just can't imagine losing a child.
Right.
So I totally understand that it's hard to let some stuff go.
Yeah.
I'm glad they've moved. I love what it sounds like what they're going to do for her and like have this area they're going to call it Gracie's Point. It's where the fire pit's going to
It's a
be where people
shrine.
can gather happily. I think that's a positive
A
step.
s'mores shrine.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
I mean, maybe
room-
shrines are fine.
I will be honest with you. If they built a house and recreated her room and set it
Creepy
up,
as hell.
that would be to me unhealthy. Like
Creepy as
I would
hell.
comfortably say. But I'm telling you, what it takes to disassemble someone's belongings and their life, especially if it was your kid. Yeah, I understand them not wanting to disturb it because you can't wrap your head around it that they're not there. And you feel like you're dishonoring them by, it's like, hey, we could turn this room into our workout room. Like, no, parents aren't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But 6 years is a very long time to carry it at that
To maintain
level.
a shrine
To maintain
in your
I
own
just
home.
think,
A shrine to
ooh,
your dead daughter. I
that's
don't know. Bugs me. But you know what?
it's very sad to me. I don't think like they're crazy. I just think that's sad.
This story's in my book, Leaves the Blue Away, which you should
Mhm.
pick up, guys, at Amazon. It should be at toddsworld.net soon.
Very good. It's very good.
But anyway, I had a brother who died when I was 9 years old. He was 5.
Mhm.
Just dropped dead one day. It's a good story. Anyway,
Oh yes. So what was that like in your house? Like,
but here's what
with regard
happened.
to
We
the
were living
room?
with my grandma at the time.
Okay.
A week later, my mom was 9 months pregnant. when Chad died. A week later, my sister Amber was born.
Okay.
And within 4 to 6 weeks of that, we had moved into a new house that my dad was renovating, this rental that we were dealing with.
Yeah.
And it was like a completely new family of 4 had replaced the old family of 4. So I don't come from a family of shrines, is the point.
Right. I know, but you know what? I was gonna say, I feel like with a child, they're 2 different. I don't want to interrupt your story. Are you?
That's all, Carrie.
That's it. I feel like there are
He's
2
still
ways.
dead. He
There
never
are
came
people.
back.
I know, but there are people who would clear it all out and try to move on by not looking at it, and then there are people who can't let it go because, they both come from the same level of pain and loss. It's just different reactions, but
But I don't think it's good to hold on to whole rooms
No.
and things. I mean, if you have to for a
No.
little while, it takes you a year or whatever, 2 to get beyond it.
It takes time. There's stuff. I
But
mean,
you just had a husband die.
yeah.
One of your many husbands. And just a husband.
I've only been married once, for
Number
people who don't know,
number
anyway.
12.
Number
No,
Yeah.
and what did you find? Did you find that you were ready to did you find you were maybe ready to move on and get rid of things faster even than your kids were?
There were certain things. There were certain things where it's like, I wanna get
Or
this
do you
out of the
still have a
house.
shrine of sorts?
I mean, I've got, like, his portrait and his little candle and the ashes. I've got that stuff, like,
Okay.
in our house, but I didn't, like, leave his clothes and leave
Right.
his dresser and all that stuff. It was like I cleaned that
Too
stuff out.
much.
It felt at a certain point, it felt like this doesn't belong to anyone who lives here. This is weird to have my house full of stuff that doesn't belong to someone who lives here. That's how I've
Yeah.
explained it to people. But there are certain things, like clothes, I let go of the clothes.
Didn't care.
No, like it didn't.
Yeah, no big deal.
But you'd pull out a certain shirt and it was like, "Oh, like that one
You
feels
brought it back.
different." The memories, there are memories. So, but
Sparks
there's
joy.
kind of, yeah. There are
Like
things where
that
you're
little
like, it's
Japanese
such a
chick.
yeah, exactly, Marie Kondo.
Yes.
But there are things where it's like I've run across, it's like, "Oh, I can't address that yet." So, it just depends on the items.
It depends on is that what they tell you in the workbooks? Like, do they have certain columns of different items that are
No, everyone's different.
turn this one into a teddy bear, an old robe?
Everyone's different. Todd, in my class, he's mocking my grief share group with the workbook, but no, there are people in my class who haven't been able to get rid of things. And there are
Okay.
people who cleared out everything right away. Everyone's
It's hard. I
different.
can imagine it's hard and difficult.
Some of it's hard, real person. So it's funny, his sunglasses, I haven't gotten rid of his
The
sunglasses.
very idea that someone would think should be take pictures of the room and reassemble it is just that to me takes grief from what's supposed to be a stage and turns it into an address.
Yeah.
You know?
They would call that in like the
In the workbook?
psychologically, psychologically, they would call that complicated grief. Like
Complicated grief.
it's kind of like you're not processing anymore. You're kind of
Yeah.
stuck. I feel bad for them though. That's awful.
Well, that's a fun note to end on.
I know we need to end on something different.
Should we just play Tucker saying faggot again over and over and over?
No. But we should say that we're hoping for the best for Michigan today.
Yeah.
And
well, here's a little bit. This is
game will
you
be
know who
over.
Joy Reid is?
I know Joy
You don't want
Reid.
to end on something sad. She's the black chick from
MS Now?
PBS. Maybe it was MSNBC. Maybe you're right.
Joy Reid,
She got fired or
bald
something.
woman.
Yeah,
by
bald.
choice.
Yeah.
Wait, she got fired?
I think she did a while back.
Did I know
But
this?
here
Okay,
she
go
is
ahead.
going off on do you remember the video that went around of Erica Kirk hugging JD Vance and everybody made a big deal out of it? Does that ring a bell or doesn't it?
No, was
I
it
didn't play it on here. We didn't talk about
Okay.
it because whatever. I didn't think it was
She
that big a
hugged
deal.
him and they thought it was
It was
weird?
like a big, like intense, like she's like holding his head and like anyway,
Okay.
people thought it was overly demonstrative. I to be honest with you was like, whatever. I don't, she's
Yeah.
a grieving widow. She's trying to recreate a room somewhere. Poor Erica. Anyway,
dear.
this is Joy Reid. That's what she's talking about. That's why I
Okay.
wanted to give you that background. She's talking about
Yeah.
Erica Erica Kirk
Okay.
and JD Vance. So that's what you're listening to.
Motivates them.
Okay.
So they can't have the successor to MAGA be the guy with the brown Hindu wife. They're also Christian nationalists. That ain't gonna work. That's why he's throwing his wife under the bus. Poor Usha. Or she's in on it, right? And she's
playing slap and tickle with Erica Kirk's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Yeah, she's
Jennifer
like in her
Welch.
Tammy Faye era.
Okay. Holding on the back of his head and rubbing on his head.
Some weird shit.
Baby. Don't do that to Jason. I'm gonna start thinking something's going on. Why you holding the back of his head? I'm like, you're not doing that right thing. You're supposed to be a widow. You in leather pants.
Yeah.
You don't remember? There's that video.
Could you imagine
wouldn't it be the most perfect fairy tale, MAGA fairy tale?
Yeah.
If he finally sees the light that he needs a white queen instead of this brown Hindu. I mean, I'm not saying that's
right.
Or maybe that Usha's not even in on it. Maybe she's whatever. But that's one entrant. Another entrant is frankly Donald Trump Jr. If he can, keep it together.
I think that was a slur at Donald Trump Jr. doing cocaine, which as far as I know, he doesn't. I think she got him mixed up with Hunter.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Pardon my language, but what the heck is that?
Well,
I'm sorry. Just the racist. What? Oh, you think he'll see the light and realize he needs a white queen? What? And why do they say he's throwing Usha under the bus like he adores that woman?
Well, here's Erica. This is Erica Kirk with Megyn Kelly. I think they're at maybe a Turning Point USA event.
Okay.
In other words, they're not on Megyn's show. They're live on stage somewhere, and Megyn brings this up. In fact, we're gonna get to about half.
He's so proud of you, and I say, God bless you, and I touch the back of his head. Anyone who I've hugged that I have touched the back of your head when I hug you, I always say, God bless you. That's just me. If you want to take that out of context, go right ahead. Again, that to me shows that you need a hug more than anyone else. So if anyone,
they were acting like you touched the back of his ass.
I feel like I wouldn't get as much hate if I did that. But no, seriously. So now when I go and hug people, I'll bring them back in and be like, I obviously didn't give you the right hug. Like, I mean,
Wow. Well, good for her addressing it.
Yeah,
That's actually the most genuine I've ever heard her sound.
I know. I've never. I didn't get into the clip. I just thought the whole thing was kind of stupid. Honestly.
What do you think about what Joy Reid and what's her
I
face
think they're
were
ridiculous.
saying?
I know. I saw the clip, and I understand that maybe viewed. You know how you can take things, and you're not viewing the totality of the event. You're just viewing this short 1 minute little deal. And so yeah, her with her tight leather pants on, hugging JD real close. Again, I thought it was all blown up and manufactured.
Yeah.
But by the left mostly. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't find it that interesting.
Okay.
And I don't think that she's out to steal. The whole thing seems preposterous to me.
Okay.
So I think that JD seems perfectly happy with Usha, his wife.
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
I
get
don't
the
think that
impression
America has any problem.
they're all
I
good.
don't think that JD's any more effective of a candidate if he's got a white princess wife or if he's got Usha for a wife. I don't think it matters. I really don't. I don't think America cares. So I thought that was all a little bit ridiculous. But that's just me. What do I know? You know what I
Well,
mean?
I
And
don't
that's
know,
just
Todd.
the
You're
left being
you're
crazy.
you're wildly opinionated. You're extremely agreeable.
I am so
And
agreeable.
I think that you're being very reasonable here.
I think so. I'm
Yep.
not as reasonable as
Point,
Tucker.
that women's rights should be
Faggot.
protected.
Would you say it?
Faggot?
Yeah.
I just did.
But would you
Faggot, faggot.
Okay, but
Oh gosh, that's terrible.
It is so effective, but it is so funny. It's just like, polite society. My mother would have been mortified.
She would have been mortified. Sorry,
might be
Karen.
She might have been mortified by all of Todd's world. I don't know.
She would. That's why I just apologized. She'd be proud of you for thinking for yourself, though. So
The talent. She could see the raw talent shining through. Okay, guys.
raw talent. I
We
agree.
did everything we could today.
I think we did. Thank you.
Michigan's on right now.
Yeah, they're up by 3.
Oh, are they? Oh my gosh. I was expecting to get off of here. I didn't even want to look because I thought they'd be down by 40.
In like 40? The game
20 minutes.
Just began. Yeah, they're apparently got a field goal. So
go Wolverines.
Go Blue. Woo.
And maybe our Detroit Lions can figure out how to play football again.
I know. What is that? Poor guys.
Maybe we can go back and do a redo and we can trade should the Bears Ben Johnson for Dan Campbell.
Oh, I love Dan Campbell. Let me just say, I'm here in Jaguar territory, and the Jaguars are a joke sometimes. People are like, how can you? I know I've told you this before, but people are like, how can you just keep cheering for the Jaguars? How can you stay so loyal? And I'm like, I grew up a Detroit Lions fan. I've trained for it my whole life.
It's true.
But I really am pulling for them to
turn things around.
Green Bay, that loss was a bummer.
Yep. Well, guys, thank you for joining, Carrie. Another news in the tank on the way to the Hall of Fame. So, guys, subscribe.
Yep.
If you haven't, give us 7.5 stars if you can. And do everything, send it to a friend. We put clips out, Facebook, X. Mm-hmm. You can watch them anywhere you want. YouTube, TikTok is pretty much throttled us, but that's typical.
Ever since he added video, like I actually go and put a little bit of makeup on.
We do what we can.
I know.
All right.
We try our best. Go shop on toddsworld.net.
Yeah, go get you some gear.
In the new store. Get your books up there.
I'm going to get my books up there, and there's going to be a discount code up there by the end of this weekend. So by the time this drops, the discount code will be there.
Cool. There you go. Black Saturday.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We will be here tomorrow. Join us for Beers with Jesus.
Yes.
We take that a little more seriously. And then we won't have Tucker screaming the word fag.
Yeah, no, I don't think that would go over so well on Beers with Jesus. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Todd.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks.